And for Anthony, I think is the most concrete one. I'm really curious to see what happens this week or next week, because from what I'm told, for Anthony, his agents, his camp, they are really pushing with Ajax to discuss with Manchester United. They know that Ajax already lost many important players, Mazraoui, Gravenberch, Haller is going to Borussia Dortmund, and so it's not easy for Ajax to accept to sell so many players. But at the same point, Anthony wants to understand how is the situation with Man United. So I think is a positive message from the player, like saying to Ajax, okay, let's have a discussion with Man United. We know that you are going to ask an important fee. So I can tell you that when Ajax say around the value of potential bid around 40 million, they are never going to accept something like that. So it will be an easy negotiation. They want way more than this. They state privately they want around 80 million for Anthony. So maybe at the end of the negotiation could be less than this, but it will be a tough one. But for sure the player is pushing to have a conversation with Manchester United. So I think there will be new contacts for these situations with Ajax, and at the moment it's still something quiet on the fullback, but I will keep an eye on Nico Tagliafico till the end of the market, not just for Man United but for many clubs. Could be an option because he's out of contract next summer. I see him leaving this summer, so it will be an interesting opportunity.
It is interesting with Ajax because we've been speaking for a while. I mean, I remember us talking about De Jong, Van de Beek 2 years ago, and there's always that respect between Ajax and Manchester United, and yet Ajax have sort of said we want silly money for Anthony, but we know Anthony probably, well, he does want to come United. We know that Ten Hag wants Anthony, so really it will just come down to whether Ajax are going to be negotiable or whether they are going to go, no, we're not going to sell. But I'm hopeful because of the relationship. I think the common sense will probably come through that one.
I think also on the player side it was not easy to have Anthony on your side, because he's a player that is really attracted by Champions League football, and so I think having a player pushing like this to join United this summer, maybe for him was a good opportunity to say, okay, I wait for 1 year and then we see what happens, and maybe Man United in 1 year they will be back in the Champions League, and so it will be different even for him. And he wants Man United immediately, so he's sending a very good message to the club. So I'm sure that, as you mentioned, there is a lot of respect between Man United and Ajax. But this Anthony situation after the Frankie de Jong story could be one of the most interesting to follow, because Man United want him, and so it will be an interesting situation to follow.
Let's talk about De Jong quickly. I know things I wanted to ask you, Fabrizio, was about Cristiano Ronaldo, because I heard what you said last week about Mendes, and I mean, a good agent will always find out different clubs and options, and I think that's the case. But we also had an article today in the UK from Simon Stone saying that Ronaldo and Harry Maguire didn't get on last year in relation to the captaincy. There was a few issues there. That's a big problem for Ten Hag to solve. I hope he solves it by giving Cristiano the captaincy. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo will be a player for Manchester United next season, or do you think there is a chance that he could end up leaving, especially if we don't sign?
Not signing players and letting Cristiano Ronaldo go would be a disaster for Manchester United, and I don't see this kind of situation, honestly. I think that Manchester United will try to sort the situation out as soon as possible. So the message I'm receiving on club side is very clear. They see Cristiano staying, they want Cristiano to stay. Also, Erik ten Hag is looking forward to work with Cristiano. So on club side, they want Cristiano, they consider Cristiano as a key player for next season. So I don't see any issue with the club, and I think it's going to be really complicated to sell Cristiano to any other English club, for example. So I'm told that Manchester United will do their best to keep Cristiano in the club. What's real also is that his agent, Jorge Mendes, is one of the biggest in the world. He's a really smart guy, and he's speaking with many clubs every single day. And in these conversations he's having around Europe, Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the topics. Then let me clarify, because it's important, that Jorge Mendes is not meeting with clubs to find a solution for Cristiano. He's meeting with clubs, exploring on many players. He has many players, and then maybe Cristiano will be part of the conversation. When Cristiano joined Juventus from Real Madrid, it started like this. They met for another player, for James Rodriguez, and then they say, why we don't speak about Cristiano? And that's how they build the negotiation. So sometimes between top clubs and agents, this is how it works. But he's not going around Europe to sell Cristiano. This is important to clarify. Also, Bayern was a possibility, because they discussed with Bayern. I'm told that after the statement of Adam Salihamidzic, it's the truth that Bayern are not going to sell Cristiano, as he mentioned, the director of Bayern, because they had no intention to go for Cristiano Ronaldo to replace Lewandowski. But it's also true that they had a conversation with Jorge Mendes, and it was something that they were discussing internally. So it means that there is some discussion on Jorge Mendes' side. I think it's also a message from Cristiano. He wants to see the ambition. He wants to see Man United on the market, really ready to build something important. I think that Cristiano is a very smart guy and not just a fantastic player, and he knows that all the Premier League top clubs are doing a very good job on the market. We are waiting for Chelsea on the market, but Arsenal are doing very good. Man City and Liverpool, of course, with a fantastic summer till now with top players. And so they need to be fast. They need to be fast, and they need to sign good players. This is what Cristiano wants. Let's see what happens, but at the moment, Man United message is Cristiano is part of our team.
Have you heard anything about leaving and maybe other players going? There are a few people in the chat talking about Neymar. I would not like Neymar at Manchester United, because I don't think it's the right sort of signing. But do you think he is leaving PSG, and do you think he could be an option for Manchester United?
At At the moment, I have no indication on Neymar at Manchester United, honestly. Let's remind that his salary is really huge. Let me say that after last summer, I feel that these kind of players, if they have a feeling around the club, around the manager, they don't trust him, they can find a solution till the last day of the transfer market. So I will keep the situation Neymar in general, not just for the United, open, because at the moment for Paris Saint-Germain, if they receive an approach, if they receive a proposal, Paris Saint-Germain will be open to discuss, because I told the new manager, Christophe Galtier, has an idea to play with a 3-5-2, and so they have Messi and Mbappé, so for Neymar maybe it's not the best fit